Hey there, Sunrise Beauty team. It's Chris Arnold, your Avon sales leader, independent sales leader. That's the word I was looking for. And I've got your Tuesday topic for you for July 17th and campaign 16. We're in the middle of campaign 16 now. And first off, I'd just like to share the power of Avon skincare that I am here with you today with no makeup. It's funny, I won't usually do this for like customer videos, but you guys for my team, because my Avon team is like family, I'm totally cool being here with no makeup. But actually that really is, that is the power of Avon skincare, that I actually am willing to be out and about and somewhat in public, whether it's on video or out in the real world with no makeup. But what I wanted to share with you this week is how to get the most out of RepFest. Now, I know a lot of you are going, well, I'm not going to RepFest. But I want to cover both the best ways to get the most out of RepFest if you're going, but also the best ways to get the most out of RepFest even if you're sitting here at home and you weren't able to go. So I see Daniel and Teresa have both hopped on live, so say hi to both of them. So first, for those who are going to RepFest, and for anyone who doesn't know, RepFest is Avon's annual convention for Avon representatives, and Miss Nancy is on too. And it is just an opportunity to get together with thousands of other representatives, all of the top management and people from marketing and research and development, and all of the people in the different departments at Avon that are responsible for our products, responsible for our brochures, for our programs, our incentives. It's really just an opportunity to network with the Avon community as a whole. And we usually get to go someplace pretty nice. This year we're going to Columbus, Ohio. We have a little bit of fun. Of course, there's the Rascal Flatts concert. There's a VIP party for those who earned it in the Heart of It All incentive. Most importantly, what RepFest is, we'll have general sessions where our top management will be making big announcements about what's coming up through the end of the year. And last year at RepFest, we even got big announcements about things that were coming up in, at the beginning of this year. So just lots of great announcements about what's coming out. So first and foremost, if you are attending RepFest, take a notebook and a pen. Doesn't matter what size it is, but have plenty of room to take notes, because you are going to be overwhelmed with information, not just from the general sessions. There's the certification classes or the tour of the Zanesville facility, which if you're currently getting your orders out of Pasadena, touring the Zanesville facility is going to be great, because coming October and campaign 22, that's where all orders are going to be coming from. So you've got the certification classes, you've got the tour of the Zanesville facility, you've got the general sessions where we're all together in the arena and they're sharing the big announcements and the exciting things that are coming up. I know we have at least one new Aspira product that's going to be announced. We have the announcement of the special never before seen game-changing thing that they've done with the campaign 19 brochures. We have that announcement coming up. That's where in previous years, they've done big giveaways. Last year was the Mini Cooper and the announcement of the incentive, where we could earn entries to possibly win one of 4 other Mini Coopers. That's where the announcement of the Vacation Like a Boss, Cruise Like a Boss incentives were. So it's really just, this is where we find out everything that's going to be going on through the end of the year. I think there's actually going to be some information about, we've known since January about some changes coming to youravon.com and our back office that are going to make our lives so much easier. And I believe we're going to be getting more information for that. I know the pilot program for the new youravon.com, they're calling it YourAvon 2.0, has started, and there's some representatives already getting in and using it, and I know it was supposed to be coming out in late summer, so to me that's after RepFest, so I believe we'll be getting more information about that. And then just the training seminars. this year what they've done, and they did sort of the same thing last year. I think it's really kind of a great idea, a great way to do it, and to help us choose our seminars is the seminars are divided by tracks. So we have a track of seminars for representatives and promoters. There's a track of seminars for ambassadors and leaders, and there's a track of seminars for executive leaders. And so that way you're going to the classes with people that are in sort of the same level that you're at, working on the same goals that you're working on, dealing with the same issues that you're working on. And so the training is very specific to where you are at in your Avon career. So there's 6 different seminars in each track, and they have they've scheduled it so that, you know, every single person can attend all 6 of these seminars. You know, in some previous RepFests and national conventions and that, we've had to pick and choose which seminars we wanted to attend. So so definitely, if you are going to be at RepFest, so here's my top tips. I don't know how many of them there's going to be. My top tips, so I can't give you a number like David Letterman or anything like that. But my top tips for how to get the most out of RepFest, like I said, first and foremost, take the notebook, because you're going to be getting so much information. You're going to want to have something handy to write down. I would almost even say, like, make sure you have a quick way to maybe do an audio recording on your phone. So as you're walking from one seminar to another and you've got ideas rolling through your head, you can capture those ideas as you're moving from one place to another. So have your notebook, have your phone. And as far as your phones and your tablets go, you know, look at getting into, you know, like a, I don't have one handy, like a portable power source for your devices, because you're going to be wanting to take videos of things. You're going to be wanting to, you know, you're going to be doing a lot of texting, a lot of hopping on to, you know, as you're making new friends, you're going to be connecting with them on social media. So you're going to be using your phones and your tablets a lot. So you want to make sure that, you know, you've got your chargers with you, you've got your portable power source with you for that. Yeah, Nancy says take a couple of power chargers. I've actually got 2 of the Avon ones, the little ones that we had last holiday season. I have 2 of those that I'm taking, and I'll have my charger in my bag. So if there is an outlet, I can hop in there, and I'll use my tablet a lot for a lot of stuff too, to save the power on my phone. Just because my tablet battery lasts longer, because, you know, tablet's bigger battery. That's how that goes. So have a way, you know, make sure you've got your power for your phone. Every event you walk into, seminar, general session, product expos, lunch, breakfast, dinner, wherever you're going, look for somebody you don't know, sit down, introduce yourself, and start a conversation. Because one of the greatest things you're going to get out of RepFest and attending RepFest is you're going to get the opportunity to meet other representatives and network with them and get ideas from them. And I've gotten some of my best ideas over the years from just talking to other representatives at events. And this is thousands of representatives that you can meet. And you could even end up making a lifelong friend, not even just a new Facebook connection, but a you know, lifelong friend. I've got friends that I see every time we go to RepFest that I've known for 20 years now. Since my very first Avon National Convention that I went to was actually here in Las Vegas in 1999. Nancy, what makes us better? I just saw your comment, so I don't know what I was saying when you said it makes us better. I'm guessing you just mean going to RepFest in general, because it really does make us better. And make sure you focus on being there at RepFest. Yeah, the networking absolutely does make us better. And be focused on being there. I know a lot of us really, you know, we want to do things like we want to stream the Facebook Live to share with those back home, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But make sure that you're not sacrificing having the experience firsthand for the sake of sharing it with social media. So, you know, absolutely, you know, do some Facebook Live or take some video in the product expo, because you want to be able to bring that home and share that with your customers and with your teams. But just remember, you know, don't get so caught up in needing to live stream or what have you that you miss the firsthand experience of it. It's almost kind of like, the trend these days that, some parents are missing their children growing up because they're so busy trying to record it. And they're missing out on the firsthand experience of it. So, when the opportunity arises, this is going to tie into how to get the most out of RepFest if you're not attending, if you weren't able to go. One of the things you want to do is you want to watch social media, watch for the information coming from those of us that are going to be there, and from Avon. They did at the leadership kickoff event in January, and obviously that's an event that there's only about 300 representatives at. So there's a large number, thousands and thousands and thousands of representatives who are not in attendance. But Avon will go on the Avon USA Representatives Facebook page. And Nancy, since you're on, if you can post a link to that page in the comments, that would really help. So if you're not going to be at RepFest, if you're going to be at home and you weren't able to go to Columbus to participate firsthand in RepFest, hi Sonia, want to make sure that you are following the Avon USA Representatives Facebook page, because there are going to be points during RepFest that they are going to be live streaming, and that's going to be your best source for the live streams, because they're live streaming from, they've got the audio visual and everything set up to record. They record everything, all of the seminars, all of the general sessions. They have video cameras all over the place. So there's another thing. If you are in attendance at RepFest, dress to impress. Doesn't mean you have to be like really fancy and dressed up, but make sure that you're in your business casual, that you look nice, you are representing Avon to the larger world that might be encountering us in Columbus, and there will be video. So there are video cameras all over the place, so you never know when you're going to be caught on camera. But definitely follow the Avon USA Representatives Facebook page, because they're going to have the best vantage point of whatever's going on that they're going to live stream. But also, keep an eye out here in the Sunrise Beauty Team group and any of the other Avon Facebook groups. Keep an eye on your Avon friends like myself, Nancy, and Daniel. I know Vicky's going. Dean Madison Gann is going. So, keep an eye on your friends that are going to be there. And keep an eye out for what we're posting too, because we're going to be sharing from the event. We're also going to be sharing in the days after the event. What the big announcements and things like that. So, so make sure that you stay connected. The other place that you really want to stay connected is your email. Because, yes, Vicky Wright, that's who I was forgetting. I knew there was somebody, and Mary Cabrera is going too. And just from our team, and you may know other representatives that are going to be there as well if you've connected with other representatives online. So, watch your email, because as these big announcements are made, Avon is going to be sending out email blasts to the representatives with these updates and with the links to the Facebook Live videos that they shared and things like that, if you didn't get to watch if you didn't catch the Facebook Live when it was going on at the time. And then on Monday the 30th, because of course RepFest is the 27th, 28th, and 29th, on Monday the 30th, every Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, we get the Beauty Buzz from Avon. And I guarantee you that Beauty Buzz on Monday the 30th is going to be chock full of all of the big announcements from RepFest. There's probably going to be a highlights video. Like I said, there's video cameras everywhere, cameramen everywhere. They will randomly stop and interview representatives in the convention center. So, you really want to watch that email and make sure you catch the Beauty Buzz on Monday, if nothing else. Let's see, other things too. So, just kind of try to stay connected. Yeah, it will be an amazing Beauty Buzz. Nancy's right. She said it'll be an amazing Beauty Buzz for sure. Because there are so many, just the announcements that we know are coming up. And then we know there's going to be stuff that they're just going to knock our socks off with surprises. So that's my top tips for getting the most out of RepFest. If you're going to be there, bring something to take notes, because you're going to be overwhelmed. You're going to need something so that you can go back and review, and so that you can make an action plan. That's the other thing is You know, you're going to be getting so many ideas and so many, so much inspiration and motivation that you're going to want to make sure. I actually like to use the flight home to do this, to go over my notes and kind of make an action plan of what I want to do, how I want to take everything that I got from RepFest and you know, put it into action, start connecting with my customers over it, and connecting with the team in that. So so definitely, you know, watch here on the Sunrise Beauty Team group if you're not going, the Avon USA representatives, and watch your email for all of the important news coming. You know, and be sure to watch, you know, in the weeks coming after that too. You know, we're going to have, you know, the training and meetings. I'm pretty sure the Tuesday topic next campaign is probably going to be have something to do with whatever we learned at RepFest. Our lunch and learn in August is going to be sort of a RepFest debrief. It's going to be, you know, what all we, you know, we learned and what we're going to do with that information and how we're going to use it to further our businesses. You know, I'm pretty sure that, you know, and Nancy will have a McCafe Monday coming up after that, and I'm sure that things that we heard at RepFest are going to be a hot topic at that meeting as well. You know, we may even do a separate, you know, virtual team meeting, just to not even have to wait until the, because, you know, the lunch and learn is a couple weeks after RepFest. So we may even do like a virtual one to just kind of get everything together right after RepFest. Teresa, the RepFests are once a year, and they're usually in summer, so like end of July, early August time. And that's the RepFest, our national convention. And there's usually like workshops that are more regional. From time to time they'll have workshops or rallies, but the actual RepFest, the large national convention with the really big announcements for the year, will always is once a year, and it's usually mid to late summer. So I believe they have promised that we will find out next week when and where next year's RepFest will be. In the previous years, they haven't announced it while we were still at RepFest. We didn't find out till later on. Like, I think we didn't find out for sure about Columbus until the leadership kickoff event that was the middle of January this year. So, so we actually may know by next week when the next RepFest is going to be. And to kind of tag on to that question there, you know, we know RepFest is coming up next year. So, you know, Nancy said the Avon USA representative videos, they're going to make you wish you had gone. They do move around, Teresa. 2 years ago, it was in Las Vegas. Last year, it was in Nashville. This year, it's Ohio. They've moved them around to different locations, and they try to pick locations that are easy to get to from all parts of the country. So they have happened on this side of the USA, but you know, we don't know where they'll be until they announce it, but they do happen all over. And regardless of where it's going to be, like Nancy said, when you see those videos, the Avon USA representative page videos that they're going to share, and the videos that they're going to share in the Beauty Buzz next Monday, or not next Monday, a week from Monday on the 30th, are really going to make you want to be there. So the best thing to do if you want to be at RepFest is to plan now. Just, you know, plan now. Know that, you know, you'll have, you know, the RepFest fee, which, you know, this year it was $119 if you got the early bird registration, $149 if you missed the early bird registration. So, you know, you'll have RepFest registration of, I would say safely, I don't see it ever going over $200, but probably you could figure around $150. And again, if you get in on the early bird, oh, that's okay, Teresa. That's kind of like, that's why I like to do it as a Facebook Live, because then you guys can ask questions, and I know that I'm answering everybody's questions in the video, rather than, you know, maybe I would have missed that if you hadn't asked. So don't worry about interrupting at all. That was great. So, you know, if you're planning for next year, you know, you'll have your RepFest fee, your hotel. And a great way to save on hotel is rooming with others, is having roommates. You can usually comfortably do up to 4 people in a room, and that really saves you quite a bit. I know the hotel room that I got this year, Avon negotiates discounted rates with the hotels, special rates. So I know my room this year was $149 a night. And, you know, if you were splitting that just 2 people in a room, and that's before the taxes and stuff, but 2 people in a room would be $75 a night. If you split 4 people, that would be less than $40 a night per person. So, you know, getting together with other representatives, and you don't even necessarily have to know anybody who's going. I know Nancy, her very first RepFest, she went to Orlando 3 years ago, and we may not have called it RepFest yet. I think the one in Vegas was the first one that we actually titled RepFest, but national conference. She actually had a roommate that she had never met before. She connected with them online and found a roommate that way. My first conventions years ago, 20 years ago or so, it was representatives that I had met through email groups, which were kind of like a predecessor to Facebook groups. So they were representatives that I had met in these online communities, and so I was able to catch up with somebody or hook up with somebody that I could share a room with. So the great thing about that is that now these people are my lifelong friends. I've known them now for 20 years. I figure that that's pretty well a lifelong friend. And then the other thing is you'll need to figure out your transportation, how you're going to get there. Usually that's flying, depending on how far away it is. Obviously, when it was here in Vegas, most of us didn't have to fly. A lot of us from our team that went when it was in Vegas were here in Las Vegas. But, you know, your flight, your driving, and sometimes in some of the areas when it's, you know, maybe a little closer, some areas will actually even organize like tour buses to go to RepFest. So that's your 3 big things is you need your RepFest fee, your hotel, and your transportation. And then you'll want to figure out, you know, your food, how you're going to eat while you're there. But you've got a whole year to plan for that and budget for that and start socking away the money for that. I think Nancy mentioned that, you know, because they're announcing it at RepFest, there may actually be like an early bird special that you may even be able to get it for like $99. They sometimes do some specials like that. So I think that's everything that I wanted to cover. Oh, and if you are going to RepFest, comfortable shoes. Just saying, comfortable shoes. You know, you want your business casual. You want to be, you know, neat, put together, wear your jewelry, your Avon makeup. You know, your normal, how you would go out if you were looking for new clients. But comfortable shoes. So comfortable trumps fashion with the shoes. Just saying, it's a lot of walking because it's a convention center. It's huge. And at a few points during the conference, we're going from the convention center to about half a mile away to the arena where the general sessions will be. And that's a great idea, Nancy. She saves all of the change that her customers give her. So as she's delivering orders, when her customers pay her in cash, and part of that cash is change, she puts all the change aside and saves that up to help pay for her expenses for RepFest. So that's a great idea. That's actually how I paid for some of mine this year. Was all of my change went in a jar. I cashed that in, and that covered a bit of my expenses there. So, wow, Nancy, God, you collect a lot of change. I think I only had about $100 in change this year. Nancy managed to save up $300 to $400 in change. I have a lot of customers that I take checks from though too, so that probably cuts down on the amount of change that I get. So yeah, I have a lot of customers that are either checks or their credit cards or online customers. So I don't have a ton of customers paying cash. And of course, right now I've got customers that are rounding up their total to donate to the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer walk. So that for now through October, that'll kind of hinder my actual coins that I'm taking in, because people will be paying me in even dollars so that they can round up their total. But even just, you know, putting aside a little bit of money each campaign. So, you know, depending on, you know, whether you get a hotel room that you split with one other person or 3 other people to cut down the cost on the hotel, depending on what the deals are. I mean, this year, heck, Avon even negotiated discounts for our flights. They had 3 different airlines that we could get discounted rates with for our flights. So that helped out a lot as well. So, just having a plan to set aside a little bit of money each week. There's things like, sometimes you'll see this worksheet where it's like the first week you put away $1, the next week you do $2, the next week you do $3, and that compounds compounds the amount of money that you're setting aside. And Nancy's right, you really do want to share a room for more fun. It's and it's again, it's an opportunity to make a new friend, or to just know that you're going to have a buddy for the whole weekend. So, and it cuts down on costs. That's the best part about it. So, so make sure you take plenty of notes, whether you're watching via social media and email from home. If you're there, take lots of notes. Know that if you are on our team and you are attending, I will be asking you to share at a lunch and learn or a virtual meeting or in our Facebook group. You will be sharing with the team at some point before the end of August. Just saying. But I'm hoping you're going to be really excited about what you're going to hear, and you're going to be more than happy to share. But definitely make sure you take notes, because it is a lot of information to take in. Keep that eye out for the videos and the announcements and things coming, and photos. I promise I will get as many photos and video and information as I can from the product expo, and I will put together some photo collages and videos and things that you guys can use to promote holiday products with your customers over the holiday season. I know Daniel will probably do a lot of stuff like that. He's always so sweet to let us use his graphics when he creates those. So watch for those folks in the group that are going to be going, because I'm sure at some point during the weekend we will be doing live videos, even if we don't live stream everything. But so definitely, feel that excitement from RepFest. Take that excitement, channel it into your business, channel it into, when you see things that are coming out of RepFest that you're excited about, share that with your customers, share that with your friends, share that with your team members. Take that excitement and let it just snowball and build into a fabulous fourth quarter. So I think this has probably gone on long enough, so I'm going to let y'all go. And I will see you all again in 2 weeks with another Tuesday topic that will absolutely cover a lot of things that we heard from RepFest, or maybe I'll just pick one thing that we heard from RepFest and really, focus in on that and expand on what we learned there. Can't wait to see all of you guys that are going to be there with me. Can't wait to see all of my friends from all over the country that are going to be there. And hope you all are having a fabulous week, and I will see you again soon.